and my journey till now has been a wonderful journey, and it's been such a wonderful experience to learn how the subconscious mind really works. So next slide. So before we begin, what is graphology? Graphology hoti kya hai? So graphology is the study of handwriting analysis. Graphology is the study of graphic movement. Just as two people do not have the same DNA, exactly the same way two people cannot have same handwriting. Graphic means writing, ology means science or study. Graphology is the science of knowing human thought process. So it's, very, if you've seen the era where, maybe your parents, I would say, there was an era where, we used to write letters and envelope dictate, or we used to say, oh, this is my cousin's letter, just because looking at the handwriting, we used to say it. So how did we recognize that, my so-and-so cousin has written letter to me? It is only through handwriting. So handwriting is the, from the handwriting, we can come to know so much about a person's personality, about their fears, about their determination, motives, personal life, their professional life, so many things. So a lot of people do ask me, graphology is for whom? So they feel that, graphology is only for parents, or graphology is only for psychology students. So there is n number of lists. So graphology is for, there's one more slide before that. So graphology is for parents, graphology is for MBA experts, graphology is for HR professionals, graphology is very useful for marketing professionals, life coach, counselors, trainers, psychologists, people studying psychology. Next slide. Marriage compatibility, employers for personal selection, psychologists, individual for self-improvement, law enforcement, and anyone and everyone who wants to learn about personality, about different people's personality. So it is for anyone and everyone who wants to learn about personality. Next slide. So graphology is based on three things. One is geometry, one is physics, and one is human anatomy. Now, why geometry? If you've seen in geometry, there's a tool called D, protector जिसे कहते हैं. So what is D? D में हम angles देखते हैं, from 0 to 90, 90 to 80. These angles tell us in handwriting there are slants. If the person's handwriting, if your handwriting is going like this, there is a slant. If the slant is towards, towards your right side, towards this side, that means the person is, if the handwriting is towards your right side, so the person is more emotional. If the handwriting is vertical, the person is logical. And if the handwriting of the slant is going towards the left side, the person is, his head, I would say his head works more rather than the heart. He is hardcore logical mind. So why physics? If you've seen what is physics, what were the topics that we used to study in physics? That were speed, force. This is what we have studied in physics. These all things are very important in graphology also. So if I say pressure, so people who are having, heavy pressure handwriting, like if I write like this. This is a heavy pressure. So people who write with heavy pressure, what are they doing? They are somewhere putting lot of force. So there is lot of mental force in that. Then there is lot of mental energy which needs to be released. So people with heavy, heavy pressure they write, they have lot of mental energy. So people who write with light pressure, so that is they are somewhere, they are not that strong, or they are not mentally, they don't have that much of intensity as heavy pressure people have. So when we talk about human anatomy, we are at the end of the day, what are we doing? We are at the end of the day, we are talking about humans. We are talking about human mind. So human anatomy is also based on graphology. Next. So what are aspects? क्या क्या चीजें हम पढ़ सकते हैं, क्या क्या चीजें हम समझ सकते हैं ग्राफोलॉजी के थ्रू? हम हेल्थ में देख सकते हैं, योर बीपी, योर कोलेस्ट्रॉल, और लॉट ऑफ हेल्थ इश्यूज कैन बी एनालाइज्ड थ्रू ग्राफोलॉजी. योर पर्सनालिटी में देर आर n number of traits that we can come to know through graphology. Relationship compatibility, if two people are having the same mindset or the same mental energy, obviously the compatibility becomes more easy. And if we talk about wealth, so this is quite interesting. Now you tell me, what is the difference between this and difference between this? Now both three of them are Y, but here the bag of trust is complete. Here the bag of trust is, it's almost there and still not complete. And here it has not even reached halfway. So that from why we can also come to know about the concept of money, and through this we can also analyze how much do you trust people around you for finances, and how much is your subconscious, how do you value money. So this also is one of the aspects through which we can come to know this is also one of the aspects we can analyze through graphology. Next. So limitations of graphology. What is there that we cannot analyze? One is sex determination. So people do ask why sex determination cannot be analyzed. So have you ever heard of yin and yang energies? Every female has a masculine energy and a female energy, and every male is going to have a female and a masculine energy. So it's both yin and yang energies together. So we cannot come to know, because a female can be as dominating as a man, and a man can be as soft as a female. So sex determination, it becomes little difficult when we, there is a limitation of graphology in terms of sex determination. Age determination, we cannot determine whether the person is 14-year or a 40-year-old person. Why? Because it is 0 to 7 years. 0 to 7 years is the time when a person's mother, you are influenced by your mother. And 7 to 14 is the time when you are influenced by your father. So somewhere down the line, your mother tells you about war, love, affection. And 7 to 14 is the time when father tells you about जिसको हम बोलते हैं दुनियादारी. So from inward feeling to the outward feeling, आप inward 0 to 7 में आप inward हो, you're learning affection, love, trust, and 7 to 14 में आपको समझ में आता है कि आपको दुनिया को कैसे फेस करना है. You know how to, oh, this is my school teacher, I need to behave properly. Oh, this is my friend, I need to share things with him. So दुनियादारी एक father समझाता है. So ये सारे experiences 0 to 7 and 7 to 14 के जो experiences हैं, ये आपकी एक personality बनाते हैं. So ये जो experiences हैं, वो किसी और के साथ match नहीं कर पाएंगे. So age determination is 14-year-old child can also be as mature as a 40-year-old person. And a 40-year-old person can also be immature as a 14-year-old person. So because of the experiences that you have gone through from 0 to 14 years, that has an effect that it becomes difficult for us to determine the age. The person is right hand or left hand. So it is very, very interesting to know that we generally say that यार मैं तो हाथ से लिख रहा हूँ. Hands are mere instrument. It is the brain which is the source. So pen is the tongue of the subconscious mind. So brain or the subconscious mind जो है वो the brain is the one which is transmitting the message to the nervous system, and from there it is being transmitted to the hands, and hands are just mere instruments. So what about people who are not blessed with hands? Have you ever seen some people who are not blessed with hands? They are writing with their legs, right? How are they doing it? Because again, hands are just mere instruments. It is the brain. The source is coming from the brain. The experiences are coming from the brain, the subconscious mind. So the person is right hand or left hand, it becomes really difficult. Nationality, caste, creed, religion, we cannot determine. Now this is next is fortune telling. A lot of people have this misconception that because through graphology we can tell fortune telling. अरे मेरी handwriting देख के बताना यार मेरा आगे 5 साल में पैसा आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. So it's interesting that astrologers, numerologists, tarot card readers, they do study graphology just to make their analysis even more perfect. But through graphology, we cannot do fortune telling. So the tarot card reader, astrologers, numerologists, yes, they do study graphology just to enhance their prediction so that they are more accurate about the personality but not the fortune telling. Okay. So next slide. So now let's study how do we analyze about people. Okay. So aggressive nature. अब हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि एक इंसान aggressive है कि नहीं है? Now, if the lower loops of the letter like Y, G, F, if you look here, it is rigid lines. These are rigid. It's going like this. So if the lower loops of the letter like Y, J, F, etc. show a rigid, hard upstroke going towards the right, it's going towards right. It reveals an aggressive and forceful person. I'm so rigid and forceful that I'm putting my pen here and then moving it here, here. It is showing my aggression. Such writer has a strong need of physically aggressive outlets. Like I need to be physically so aggressive to release my energy. And they can be in the field of sports or they can even be more violent. Energy release से करेंगे वो. Sports के through करेंगे, gymming करेंगे या violence के through करेंगे. Okay. Next slide. Ambitious. How do we analyze if a person is ambitious or not? So this is T stem and this is T-bar crossing. So an ambitious personality can be determined by high T-bar. In writing, high T-bar indicates higher goals. If your T-bar is low, such people are not ambitious. These are those people who are ambitious about the goals. Next. Next. Kainat? Yeah. Argumentative nature. The easiest way to identify argumentative nature is by looking at the small case letter P. Now, if you see, P has this opening. What are you doing? Opening part. आओ भैया चलो आकर लड़ाई करते हैं, थोड़ी सी बहस करते हैं, ठीक है? So the easiest way to identify argumentative nature is by looking at the small case letter P. If the formation of P is showing a breakaway stroke, like letter V, V is for what? Violence, right? So here it is becoming a V. This is becoming V. It is suggestive of argumentative nature. The degree of the tendency depends upon the frequency of such P's in the whole script. अगर आपके whole A4 sheet, एक तो सबसे पहले we write on the A4 sheet to analyze the handwriting. We don't take it on the ruled paper. We take it on the unruled paper, that is the A4 sheet. So A4 sheet per when you write the whole paper, so the number of P's you have written, we will count it. And if they are about 80% of the P's are like this, then you can say that the person is highly argumentative. But if the P is, these are coming to 30 to 40% of the P's are like this, then you can say that they are comparatively less argumentative than the other people. Next slide. Okay, now desire for attention. I am looking for attention. मुझे तो भैया जिस पार्टी में भी जाना है ना attention चाहिए, बस लोग मुझे देखें और मेरे बारे में ही बात करें. अब ऐसे लोगों को कैसे हम जज कर सकते हैं या कैसे हम देख सकते हैं या पता कर सकते हैं कि इस बंदे में ये ज्यादा पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट ज्यादा प्रोमिनेंट है. So if you see this, extending a hand type, extended ending strokes. Now what is ending strokes? This is ending stroke and this is beginning stroke. So I am talking about ending stroke. So extended ending strokes reveal a keen desire to catch others' attention. The writer is exhibitionist and wants to be the center of attention. मुझे तो चाहिए attention, चाहे मैं किसी भी way में attention seek करूँ. Now this can be in the form of, you can say that I dress up nicely or I be very, very nice to everybody, but I want attention in any form. His need for approval and recognition is quite high. Hence, in social gatherings, such writers try to catch others' attention towards him. Okay. Next is, how do we come to know that the person is enthusiastic, has a lot of excitement or is enthusiastic? By looking at the letter T. So the T bar becomes long. First, in the first PPT where we spoke about the letter T, we talked about the goals that were if it is high, but right now we are talking about high as well as we are talking about long. So if it is high, then we are saying it is ambitious, but here if it is long, then we are saying that long horizontal strokes, particularly the T bars, reveal excitement and enthusiasm. This writer is motivated easily. Enthusiasm is an important factor for success. Okay, there's one more thing that I would like to share. Now, so now what is the difference between both? Both of them are the same letters. Here, the T I have written first T,
and then done the crossbar. Second T, again T, and then the crossbar. In the second one, the crossbar is same. So this person can handle lot of projects together at the same time. This person will first finish the project A, then move on to the project B. Okay. So this also we can come to know from letter T. Next, fear of success. Now, when I told you about wealth, when we were talking about wealth in the topic aspects, I did mention that, Y through Y or G, through Y, this is the bag of trust, if we spoke about it. It becomes like your bag of trust there, the person has achieved, and yet he moved downward. So, such people have fear of success. They will achieve, and हो सकता है achieve के बाद इनको डर लगे कि मैं यहाँ पर maintain नहीं कर पाऊंगी, मैं यहाँ maintain नहीं कर पाऊंगी success को, and they go downward. So fear of success is more, or is there a lot in such people. If the lower group of letters like G, Y, Z, etc. look downwards instead of reaching the baseline, it is suggestive of fear of success. This is a feeling of dejection. Writer reaches near his destination, that is the baseline. Baseline is from where you have started. Suddenly gets a U-turn and a trait. So U-turn अचानक से इस बंदे ने success ले लेते U-turn ले लिया. Next slide. Now low self-esteem. So as we have already mentioned in letter T, so this person is जिसका low self-esteem बहुत होगा, because T bar नीचे है, so low self-esteem होगा. It is also very interesting to know, yes, it is a negative trait, definitely it's a negative trait, that such people have low self-esteem, but if you are targeting at you're selling a product, if you are targeting, or this is for marketing people who wants to go into marketing tomorrow, people who have low self-esteem, they are your first clients. आप सबसे पहले प्रोडक्ट इन्हीं को बेचोगे क्योंकि थोड़ा सा भी इनको इम्पोर्टेंस दिया गया, थोड़ा सा भी इनका रिस्क किया गया, oh man, you're looking very nice, oh man, this will look really nice on you. So इनका स्टीम थोड़ा सा हाई हो जाएगा in terms of they will feel that yes, I'm getting importance, or or this might be a product जिसमें मुझे थोड़ा सा अच्छा लगे. So this can be for marketing people. It can be you can look at them to sell their product very easily. Now, tendency. From letter O, we come to know about a lot of things. Now, this O is like your stomach. पेट अच्छे से बांध के रखा हुआ है. Okay? These people will not share your secrets anywhere. But if it is open, they will सारी की सारी बातें बाहर निकलेंगी. So if any of your friend whose O is open, share your secrets. And if a person writes like this, there is a loop and it is open also. And if you write there like this, I have seen so many people who write O like this. Look at the double loop in the letter O, also in the letter A also, sometimes in A also. Such loops within the circle reveal a lying tendency. Such people have a habit of lying also. Be it for selfish motive or simply in an easygoing way. अरे यार मैं तो ऐसे ही बोल देता हूँ, मैं हंसी मजाक में. The writer has a tendency to lie. Next, Organizational skills. Now, organizational skills को हम कैसे पता कर सकते हैं? Okay. Now, if I divide the alphabet or letter F into two parts, this part helps in telling us about planning. And this part tells about execution. Now, if a person writes, only like this, so planning है, execution missing है, ठीक है? अब अगर एक बंदा ऐसे लिखता है, इसमें execution है, planning missing है, right? So the best way is to write in this manner. But now the question comes. If you are a manager or you are where your employee has a planning and you also have a planning, if your planning is strong and even his planning is strong, somewhere down that person has the capability to become your competitor. So you can, I'm not saying you should, but you can go for people who are under you, who have more of execution powers, whose F is like this. They will follow you like anything. जो भी बॉस ने कहा ये फॉलो करेंगे, क्योंकि दिमाग से तो वो काम कर ही नहीं रहे ना, वो तो बॉस की कहीं भी बात को एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हैं, right? But if you are on a higher position, then, and if you ask me an accurate F, then it is planning and execution both. Okay. So procrastination. Now, please understand that left is towards past and right is towards future, right? Now what happens is, people who tend to write like this, what are we doing? Past में रह रहे हैं, कोई project आया, let's say तुम्हारे college में आपको कोई project देना है by 12 o'clock, okay? So there are chances this person will sit at 11th hour and say, अरे यार कल करने तो बैठ रहा हूँ यार, वो मैंने ना कल ग्राफोलॉजी की वर्कशॉप कराई थी, अरे यार उसमें ना ये करा था यार, अच्छा थी तो ठीक. Your work is to do the project right now and you're thinking about the past. So the past thoughts are coming as an hindrance to move ahead in life. So this person is not coming to the present and not moving ahead. So procrastination definitely happens automatically. Delay of work. Shown by the T-bar which are crossed on the left side of the vertical stair is a sign of negligence or hesitation. Such writer has the tendency to postpone decision instead of facing the current problem. तो ठीक है, till the time you are in school or colleges, but tomorrow when you go in office, your workplace, people who tend to write as T like this, or not completing their T, or not completing, or have a habit of procrastination, it becomes a major problem for you to fulfill your official work. So complete your T's, it's very important, and raise them. T-bar should be raised. Now, this is personally, this is one of my favorite, because Fenelon's claw. So how do I come to know whether the person I'm trusting is a cheater or not? I don't know whether the person is a cheater or not. So people who write like this, like this, like this, basically it's a claw. You know, पकड़ा हुआ है किसी ने, जैसे एक पकड़ा हुआ है. So it's like a function of a claw. So such people are sweet talkers. They will be, they will be very sweet on your face, but they would be somewhere who would harm you in the end. So felon's claw is a very specific stroke observed in handwriting of dishonest people. It is usually referred to as a warning flag. I really take it as a warning flag. Graphologists claim to have observed felon's claw in the handwritings of majority of dishonest and criminal people. So while analyzing, we must ensure that we are not missing such strokes. Felon's claw is a backward hook-like stroke found usually in the lower zone letters. Lower zone letters are okay. So just maybe, ये lower parts हैं. These are your lower zone letters. So lower zone letters like J, Y, etc. It can also be found in other letters like capital I. It can be here in this form also, and like this also, like this also. Okay, so basically it's a claw. Next slide, Kainat. Okay, now connected writings. Connected writings and disconnected writings. Connected writings, what is connected writing? What is connected? Connected is a connection of thought process. Connection of one thought process giving rise to another and you moving in the same direction. So people who connect their letters, alphabets, have logical approach to everyday affairs. They tend to evaluate and calculate everything before taking any decision. Connection in handwriting is suggestive of fluid, logical, and systematic progression of connecting ideas. एक थॉट प्रोसेस ने दूसरे को राइज दिया, दूसरे ने तीसरे को दिया, तीसरे ने चौथे को दिया. इसी तरह आपका आइडिया जो है वो जनरेट होता है. Since their logic is about cause and effect, their thinking is constructive type rather than the creative type. Now, can we move to the next slide? Disconnected slide. Now, what is disconnected? So this is connected when you have joined the words. Where you have joined the words. Disconnected is where the words are not connected. Now, when the writer disconnects the letters instead of connecting them, it reveals his dependence on the inner voice. Means ऐसे लोगों की intuition बहुत अच्छी होती है, disconnected वालों की. So called the sixth sense. Intuitions come from inside within us as they give us sudden hitch and to take a decision. Those who are intuitive type do not apply much logic and reasoning for making quick decisions. अब सबसे बड़ा ये है कि क्या मैं डिस्कनेक्टेड हैंडराइटिंग में लिखूं या कनेक्टेड हैंडराइटिंग में लिखूं, क्योंकि ये अगर मुझे सिक्स सेंस दे रहा है, लॉजिकल बना रहा है, तो वो कनेक्टिंग ऑफ आइडियाज भी तो दे रहा है. So the answer is that you write 50% connected and 50% disconnected, or you write in a combination. That is the perfect writing, because it will give you connection also, logical mind also, and it will give you sixth sense. It will give you sixth sense and it will give you more of a logical mind also. Now people who have connected handwriting. It is for people who have connected handwriting, okay? So people who have connected handwriting, it is seen that such people tend to get better results than people who write in a disconnected handwriting. ऐसे लोग last minute की पढ़ाई भी करेंगे ना? Okay, so this is not for everybody कि भैया मैम ने बोला था connected handwriting तो कल last minute पढ़ेंगे. So don't go by these words, okay? So the connected handwriting people definitely उनका हैंडराइटिंग की वजह से रिजल्ट बेटर आता है रादर दैन डिस्कनेक्टेड, क्योंकि आपका कनेक्टिंग ऑफ थॉट प्रोसेसेस कनेक्टेड है. तो इसमें क्या होता है कि जब आपने जो पढ़ा है, अगर वो आइडिया यहाँ पर क्वेश्चन उल्टा टर्न होकर आया तो आपने एक थॉट प्रोसेस ने दूसरे को राइज किया, दूसरे ने तीसरे को करा, आपको आंसर याद रहता है. बट डिस्कनेक्टेड में आप खुद ही डिस्कनेक्टेड हो विद द थॉट प्रोसेस. Okay, so this you can take as a tip that you can go when you're writing for your exam, go for a connected handwriting, and combination works very, very well. Next, this so now some tips for you. High T STEM, it is for dignity and pride that I have already spoken. T bar, this will help you to raise your dignity and pride. Okay, I dot exact and well centered. So this is I and I dot exactly on the I step. Now with this, when you're writing and putting I dot exactly on the I step, मेरा attention detail work पे बहुत ज़्यादा है. When you're writing fast or you're writing and you're just putting the dot exactly on the I dot, what is happening? You're paying attention to the details. It should not be like this, नहीं तो वो future में सोचते रहोगे. It should not be like this, नहीं तो past में सोचते रहोगे. It has to be on the I step. Now, there are a lot of people who write I dot like this. This. Okay. So, कहीं ना कहीं ये वो लोग होंगे जिनको individual mark बनाना है, but somewhere down the line, these people have a childish nature also. They do have a childish nature also. But if you look at me, look at this. What is this? Somewhere down the line, attention seek हो रही है ना? आप ध्यान से देख रहे हो, तो कहीं ना कहीं attention भी तो जा रहा है. So they are somewhere attention seekers also. Shape of G like letter 8. Shape of G like figure 8, person has good fluidity of thought and is generally a good speaker and a writer. Okay. For positive thinking and optimism, one can go or shall go for ascending handwriting. Now, please make sure that the handwriting has to be on an A4 sheet. Even as a graphologist, जब हमारे पास दो handwritings आती हैं where the one is on the A4 sheet and one is on the ruled paper, we do not take the ruled paper sheet as the handwriting sample. Because ruled paper अगर आपको दे दिया गया तो आपको हम margins नहीं देख पाएंगे. We would not know whether your handwriting is ascending, stable, descending. We would not be able to tell. So A4 sheet, if you're writing and your handwriting goes like this, somewhere like, hi, my name is, it is going upward. So what is it saying? Definitely such people are optimistic. They are moving ahead in life. People who write like, hi, my name is, what is it? Decreasing. You're just dipping down. You're going down. There can be, maybe at that,
you have a younger brother or sister, okay, and you have come from, let's say, Vaishno Devi. What has happened? You have, it's been a tiring journey for you, and next day your brother or cousin says, "Arey Didi, please, bhaiya, kal project hai, please help kar do na." So obviously your handwriting will go like this. That does not mean that you are in a depressive state. That means you are physically or mentally tired. But if it continues to be, in this state, then it is the need of the hour. Then you need to check why depressed. But if it is going ascending way, then definitely such people have more enthusiasm, more motivation to move ahead in life, and they're more optimist in life. So to avoid procrastination, again I said, please complete your tea so that you are not stuck in the past. And keep your ears open. Ease. Now what is E open? This or this? Now what is this? E is for ear, right? So what is ear? E, ear. People who have closed E, they are selective listener. मैंने जो सुनना है मैं वही सुनूंगी, उसके बाद मैं सुनूंगी ही नहीं. People who have open E, I am more, I will listen to other people. I will listen to what others are saying. And also, people who write E like this and people who write E like this, such people with a closed E, they are prone for more digesting problems. They are prone to digestive problems. But people who have E like this, who write E like this, it is said that their metabolism or their digestive is more better than these people. So keep your ears open. Open is in the sense this. I think there's some Pooja Shirali who has raised.
Yeah, I think she has a question, Pooja.
Okay. Can you see E like this? So this is a closed E and this is an open E. Can you see now?
Yeah, ma'am, that was visible, but I think she might have another question because she had her hand raised before we started with the E. So,
Okay.
organizers, if you can let Pooja unmute so she can ask.
Yes.
She might be having some technical issues, I guess. We'll get back to later. It's okay. We can continue.
Okay. So that is for all for today for in terms of graphology. And ma'am, what if we write in straight line on a blank paper? What does I can see after what does? Can you somebody read the question because I cannot see the whole thing?
It says, ma'am, what if we write in straight line on a blank paper? What does that mean? Like, I think she's talking about.
So that is also one thing, that people who write straight, they are more balanced people. But a big but. Now I am putting lot of pressure to write straight. What am I doing? Putting lot of pressure so that I write in a balanced way. I am trying to show that I am balanced where I am not. So somewhere down the line in graphology, there is one rule which says anything extra is opposite to what the person is saying. Like, I am putting efforts to write in a straight line. I'm putting pressure, high pressure to write it straight. So that means I'm trying to show that I am balanced where I am not a balanced person. I have a fear of losing balance. But if a person's handwriting is, now what am I trying to show? Wow, broad, bada. Such people, from their heart or from their somewhere, they have a fear of something in their life, of losing something. This is actually, agar what do you say, when you're going somewhere and there is a hoarding or, which is thoda bada likha hua, you get attention. Your attention goes towards that thing. So it is basically attention seeking trait. Okay. Next.
A question in the chat box.
Right side, T.
Yeah.
Future. I'm always thinking about future. अरे यार कल शाम की पार्टी में क्या करना है, कौन सी ड्रेस पहननी है. I'm always thinking about future. I'm not in my present. Yes.
And the only question, yeah. What if F is written without loops? More like the F we see in the, in the typing wala jo F rehta hai, straight line depth.
If I'm not wrong, you're talking about like this?
I think so, yeah. Because that is how it comes in the typed version. So, yeah.
So somewhere down the line, you definitely have planning and execution. You definitely have. But for organization, if you ask me which is the best one, so definitely this is best. So I would prefer this. Okay.
Next. Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah.
So about the letter E, I cannot keep the E open. I don't know. I feel like it's, incomplete. So what about that?
So I did mention, are you sensitive towards listening to other people? Like you don't you tend to miss certain things, and then if somebody is telling you something and you jump to something else, like, you are a selective listener.
Actually, I don't think that I'm a selective, I'm a good listener, I guess. I don't talk much, but I'm a listener.
You are a listener. Then there must be some other traits which we need to see, but it has been seen that people who write E, see closed E, or you are writing, for that I need to look at your handwriting. But if it is open, this is also open. This is also open. But this is not open.
Yeah, I write like the first one.
So that is open.
Okay.
So you opened it. आप सुन रहे हो?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next.
You have any other questions? You can either raise your hands or you can type it in the chat box, and we'll be sure to answer that. So till then, I just have a question for you. What sparked your interest in graphology?
I was always, interested in the subject psychology. I don't know, since my graduation days, I was very, very much interested in psychology. And I always believed that, there is something else that, there is something which is very, very important to know about a person. And I was looking for answer. And what I understood was, I have done a lot of modalities, but what I have understood is that the subconscious mind is the most powerful thing in the universe. So it is only the subconscious mind that is important. And through your subconscious mind, you can come to know so much about a person. Even when I say that I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, that being a clinical hypnotherapist, also we work on the subconscious mind of the person. So everything depends on the subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind is the storehouse of all the information, actually. So whatever you are writing is coming from the subconscious mind.
Correct. So has your study in graphology changed your perspective or the notions that you formerly held?
Yes, my handwriting first and foremost changed. Secondly, I did learn graphology from a lot of teachers. So by every teacher who taught me, I think I was a better version of what I was before the workshop or before the workshop that I took. So definitely, I would say that every teacher brought a new aspect or a new knowledge for me. And yes, graphology has definitely changed my outlook towards people. Now, when somebody who's extra sweet to me or somebody who's sweet on my face, I don't go on their face value. I definitely go by what is written, because definitely it is said that pen is the tongue of the subconscious mind. And with this, I would just like to share one experience also. So there was one, I had just learned graphology, and then there was some person who came to our house, and he just rang the bell and said कि मैम मैं ये इस पता नहीं कौन सी इस जगह से हूँ, एंड आपका शायद गैस का कुछ है, समथिंग समथिंग ही सेड. एंड आई सेड अच्छा ठीक है, आप मेरे को साइन करके पेपर पे दे दीजिए, एंड आप मेरे को पेपर दे दीजिए. और ही वाज एक्चुअली वांटेड टू कम इनसाइड बिकॉज ही सेड कि मैं आई डोंट नो इंडियन से आया हूँ या कहाँ से आया हूँ. So when I looked at the handwriting, the signature had the Felon's Claw. So when I saw this, I said, you just stand there only. And when I actually searched for him, when I inquired, he was not from that organization.
Wow. Oh my God.
So my outlook has definitely changed now.
Correct.
How can we learn graphology? This is for Mithibai College students, all who are over here, that you can definitely join, or join me, because I am after discount for next 24 hours. This is for all Mithibai students, that every level I am charging 5,000 rupees, and 5,000 per level. And this is after discount. So if you do the 3 levels, if you're paying for the 3 levels, that is, if after discounts it's 15,000, I'm giving you additional 10%. For this is for people who are enrolling for next 2 days. But if you are enrolling for one, that is just for the level 1, then it is 5,000 per level. Okay.
Ma'am, we have another question in the chat box. Which letters can we get an idea whether the person is short-tempered or calm person?
Okay, so there is lot many traits for that. We cannot determine whether with this particular thing we can come to know. But there is one very interesting thing, that is you say that ये तो letter T के पीछे खड़ी हुई है. Now, what is this? Is it like a weapon to you? What is happening? Stroke. It is, I would say, यहाँ से मोटा और यहाँ आते आते पतला हो गया, छुरी की तरह. So what is happening is my anger is going towards the other person. Now, if it is like this, or like this, I would say, what is happening? It's going towards me. So I am somewhere agitated with my own self, frustrated with my own self. See, honestly, we've already shared with Felon's Claw, that you can come to know from Felon's Claw whether the person is dishonest or honest. Now, if you said about whether a person is honest or not, let me give you one example. And this is quite interesting. I'll give you 2 examples so you can come to know about how the subconscious mind works. Okay. You are my So don't, if you can see the screen, if you can't see the words, it's okay, because just see the logic. You are my love, your name is sweet to my lips. Now, this sentence that says is, you are my love, your name is sweet to my lips. Okay? Now here, if you look the word love, it's what? In function, right? Now, name. What is it? Thoda bada hai in comparison to other words. So love is also bada, name is also bada. So that means if I say, let's take somebody's name, Raghav, okay? If I'm in love with Raghav, now if even if a child is going in whose name is Raghav, तो मेरे face पे क्या आएगा? Smile आएगी. So name part बड़ा हो गया, right? But अगर मैं यहाँ पर नेम से छोटू सा लिख दूं और यहाँ मैंने लव बड़ा रखा है, so there is a possibility that this person is lying. So अगर किसी की लेटर में ये चीज आ गई, so there is a tendency that this person is lying because the heartbeat has actually वो नहीं बढ़ा हुआ, heartbeat से वो name जो है वो बढ़ा हुआ है, right? What is this? Okay. There are two people. One's name is Akshay, who says, my age is 18 years. Okay, this is Akshay, who has written. Second person's name is Raghav, who has written, my age is 18 years. Now, this person has thought for a while and then he wrote 18 years. This person is just writing in the flow. So there is possibility that this person is lying.
Yeah. I think Anhata has a question.
Okay.
Ma'am, about the letter F. I write F in, I don't know, that subconsciously happens, but I write the letter F in 3 different ways.
That's normal. That's definitely normal because you are writing because of your own experiences. हो सकता है 0 to 7, 7 to 14. Okay. I'm taking somebody else example. Just let me tell you that 0 to 7, 7 to 14 में अगर मेरे मदर ने मुझे ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्किल्स बहुत अच्छे से सिखाई है, बेड को अच्छे से टाई करो, किचन में चीजों को अच्छे से रखो, मुझे वो एक्सपीरियंसेस दिए हैं कि मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्किल्स इनहैंस रही हैं, तो हो सकता है सबकॉन्शियस में मेरी वो चीजें रही होंगी. अगर मुझे वो चीजें नहीं सिखाई गई हैं तो हो सकता है कि मेरी प्लानिंग और एग्जीक्यूशन इज नॉट इन is made in a very different way. So it's absolutely normal. Your handwriting can vary from one at every time because after 70% of your handwriting remains same. It is just sometimes that your handwriting varies, and that is because some traits are your fixed traits and some traits are your unfixed traits. So fixed traits, even at the age of 40, आप अपनी फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड की नोटबुक उठाकर भी बोलोगे, oh, this is my handwriting. Why? Because there are fixed traits. Your IQ, even if you are in graduation right now, your IQ, if it's somewhere around 105, it will not happen at the age of 40, it will come to 60 or 70. 105 से वो 106 हो जाएगा, 107 हो जाएगा, 110 हो जाएगा, बट वेरिएशन से 105 से 60 नहीं होगा. गिफ्टेड 105 से 140 अबव नहीं हो जाओगे, गिफ्टेड चिल्ड्रन में नहीं आ जाओगे, राइट? So there are chances that your F can vary, but again आपके टोटल पेज पर कितने F ज्यादा प्रोमिनेंट है वो फर्क पड़ता है.
Okay, correct. And what if your writing is not much, just slightly tilted towards the right?
Tilted towards
Right.
optimistic. You move ahead with an optimistic state of mind.
Okay, thank you.
And that's nice.
Okay, thank you.
Another question by Pooja is, can non-Metibai people join? I'm talking about your program.
Right now or the workshop? Yes, they can join.
Okay, and I don't know how to pronounce the name, I'm really sorry, but many times, but not every time, I often write O which is not closed.
So I need to see the O, which O, but still I'll give you a picture. This kind is again, if it is little open, if it is little open, then मैं थोड़ी बहुत सीक्रेट शेयर कर देती हूँ. बट ये वाली तो, अरे मेरे पेट में दर्द हो रही है, जल्दी बताओ, बता दो ब्रेकफास्ट में क्या खाया था. सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन कितना वेरिएशन में आपका ओ खुला हुआ है.
Correct. Yeah. What does closed O with single knot suggest about the person?
Depends on which side. It depends that I can have to look at the handwriting. But a single loop is somewhere is this. The person can keep secrets. Can't bandi na pet ke upar.
Okay, and we'll take two last questions.
So that is cheaters for that felon's claw.
And VD asks, ma'am, what if our handwriting is straight and a little large? What does that say about us?
Large and?
Straight. I think
straight and large. Now straight is either the pressure. We have to look at the pressure. So without seeing, I cannot say. But if the pressure is normal and you are writing, in a normal pressure, then somewhere you are balanced. But large, so you don't pay attention to details because जितना छोटा लिखोगे आप डिटेल वर्क पे जाते हो. और ये वो लोग होंगे जो थोड़ा सा लार्ज में लिखते हैं. चैप्टर आया, you go by the हेडिंग, बीच में नहीं पढ़ा, फिर आगे पढ़ा, फिर पढ़ा, अरे यार स्टोरी पता चल जाए, बाकी मैं लिख लूंगा. ठीक है. सो दे हैव अ मोर टेंडेंसी टू डू सच वर्क.
Okay. Just one last question from my side itself. So our theme for this year for Kshitij is Sapno ka Safar. So how would you describe your Sapno ka Safar, and what according to you is the importance of dreaming big?
What according to me is dreaming big? Not, I would say not stopping. Why I said not stopping? Because obviously when you move ahead in life, you will fall. There is definitely you will fall. But अगर आप गिरे और गिर के उठे, तो आप obviously आगे भी बढ़ोगे. So whether you dream small, whether you dream big, does not matter. The only thing is whenever you fall down, pick yourself up. Because if you pick yourself up, then only you will move ahead in life. So dream big, dream small, dream whatever, dream unimaginating things also, but never stop. And there is no age to learn anything. I feel that even if you are at the age of 40, 50, still if you have a learning spirit, sky is the limit for you.
That's really, really inspirational. That's amazing. So since we're ending, I would just like to thank our title sponsor Moj and Soul Zest for this amazing
Thank
workshop.
you.
Guys, if you are uploading a story of this amazing workshop, be sure to tag Mithi by Kshitij and Solstice. Thank you so much, Sai.
Thank you so much. It was fun being over here, and thank you. It was just amazing feeling to be among youngsters and giving them or sharing my part of knowledge of graphology with everyone. So thank you so much.
Great. I'm sure our viewers are thoroughly intrigued and fascinated, and I know most of them want to explore more of graphology. Thank
Yes.
you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
See you. Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Bye.
So, guys, that was Sahiba, ma'am, from Solzest. Follow us on our social media platforms for more such amazing workshops. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you for attending.